Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Topics After Dusk with your girls D and Lida. Yeah, we are a bit delayed tonight. We had a brief meeting before, and you know, life. But hey, it's after dusk, and we are here. We are excited. We have um, a series that we want to present to you guys this week, and so welcome. If you're watching us for the first time, thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Periscope. And hello, YouTube. If you are a replay watcher, please type in hashtag replay. We would love to acknowledge your presence. Make sure you are hearting it up. You are share this out, invite somebody to listen. If you are not following our page, make sure you like and follow so you can get notifications of when we do go live. How are you tonight, Lida?
Wonderful. No.
Yes. In case y'all don't know, this is a very special week, and I never tell her when I'm going to say something. Things just pop up, and I just start talking. So, but this is a very special week. She has 2 more days of that single life. Go ahead, throw it up there, honey. Go ahead, go ahead. You can do it. Mm.
I don't like that.
Go
You
ahead.
heard it first. You heard it first.
Okay. Miss Ma'am is what you call it, joining the Mrs. Gang?
The Mrs. Club.
The Mrs. Club, sorry, the Mrs. Club. So this Thursday, yes, honey is going to say her I do to her boo. And yes, I will be in the building. I will be witnessing this event. I'm excited for her because I remember this has nothing to do with the topic that we have tonight, but I remember when she said, "Look, I don't have time for no man because I got goals." And I don't know what Mr. All did to Miss Ma'am, but Mr. All must be awesome
And
to
it's
snatch her
Mr.
up.
Always. They all say
Always.
yes, always.
Oh, squeeze me. Always. Squeeze me, Mr. Always.
With love.
Absolutely. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I haven't seen her cheese so much. You mentioned Mr. Richard's name, and them cheeks get real plump and juicy, and she just
That's deep, baby. I was not ready. I was not ready, y'all. I was not ready.
oh
No.
y'all. Hey, it is Topics After Dusk, y'all. We all the way live on season 2.5. So you just never know what you're gonna get. We like to chat it up, joke it up, but also give you some valuable information that can help you to plant your seeds and grow your fruit for the mind, the body, and the pocketbook. So y'all know who we are. Do we need to go through our introductions? We can. But y'all, it's deep.
And it's
It's
like,
Lida.
baby, we is
I know
like,
she see Sharon see it too. She says she is glowing. Okay.
thank you, Sharon.
With a fresh face. But now, with a fresh face.
Ah, with the fresh, clean face. You hear me?
Okay. All right, y'all. We are so excited. We have a lot happening. We have a lot that we are wanting to bring to the table. So we, trying to contain all this excitement. But right, ooh, got choked up a little bit. But y'all know, as the money mindset maven and the accountability strategist, we want to make sure that you are minding your money. Mind your money. We still have some time left in 2020 to make sure that we set ourselves up
Mm-hmm.
for 2021.
Absolutely. 45 days, D. I looked at it today. I said,
Oh,
oh,
is it 45? Okay.
we remind them because we done been off for a couple of days since then. So We at 45, y'all. 45.
That's plenty of time because
Mhm.
I've seen things change in 30.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, okay, 21. How about that?
Amen.
Yes.
Hallelujah. All right, so we're going to get into this topic really quickly. So today, like I said, we are minding our money. And Alita, if you don't mind, I want to talk about these statistics real quick before we get
Oh, yes.
deep and heavy.
Yes, yes, yes. Very appropriate.
Yeah, so y'all know I do a lot of different research and try to find different things. And finances is one of those things that just excite me. And then anything dealing with numbers, math teacher, numbers, I love it. But when I was going through some things, this there was a particular picture that just popped in my face, and I was like, oh, let me take a look at this. So it says 58% of Americans feel that finances control their life. If that is you, I want you to type in me in the chat. If you resonate with 58% of Americans feel that finances control their life. Uh-oh.
Don't
Making
be
sure our
shy.
sound is coming through good. All right. It says Americans are worried about their financial future. It says 68% are worried that they don't have enough money to retire.
Mm-hmm.
56% of Americans are keeping up with the cost. They're worried about keeping up with the cost of living. Yesterday we talked about inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Something that costs $100 in 2000 now costs $151
Yes.
in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
45% of Americans are worried about managing their debt levels.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, that's some heavy stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Financial stress impacts Americans in a variety of ways. 43% feel fatigue from finances.
Right. They just tired.
Just tired. Not
Mm-hmm.
TIRED. It's TIED. Just tired.
Just tired.
Just tired.
Mm.
42% find it difficult to concentrate at work because they're worried about finances.
Mm.
41% say that it interferes with their sleep. Money is keeping you up at night.
Now, who can attest to that?
Who can attest to that? Money
Honestly.
keeping you up at night.
Honestly. Mm-hmm.
And I
Wow.
know, Mike made a comment the other day because he was concerned about what we have coming up, and he was like, he started stressing. I'm like, I'm like cool as a fan, and I'm like, why are you stressing? And then he said,
Right.
you know what? I'm gonna be my own banker and finance this myself.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, he
That's
he getting on that 4 and 5% over there in that mindset. You see that? You see that? Tick, 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 tick to the right side.
okay.
I'm going to the right. Case your screen.
Going to the right.
I'm going
Amen. He
right.
said, I
Yeah.
can finance this myself and then pay me back with interest.
A tick, tick, tick. Boom. Okay. To the right.
To the right. Anywho, y'all should have been on last night's live. If you when you have time, catch the replay.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
It's not your typical cultivate your money conversation.
They will never be the
It
same.
would never be the same. Never be the same. All right, Lida. I think we are primed and ready.
All right. We are primed and ready. Definitely. Now,
Mhm.
as D was going through the scenarios here, what are some of the thoughts that are going through your head? What actually took out a toe or two in some of those percentiles? And I know you may not want to answer in the comments, but you're definitely answering to yourself.
Mhm.
A lot of times we listen to things and we watch things, but we're really internalizing what it is we're looking at and what it is we're hearing. And
Mhm.
we hope that that's why you continue to come back, because we're giving you food for thought. We're giving you things to put in perspective so that you can start realizing that, okay, if I'm acknowledging this, if I'm accepting this, if I'm understanding this, what is my next step? How do I go in reverse? How do I put these percentages? I want to get out of that percentile. I want to be able to sleep well at night, knowing that I'm not waking up worrying about the things financially that I went to bed on the night before. Right? You're going to bed worried. And to me, going to bed worried is more stressful than going to bed mad.
You better believe it.
Right? And so when it comes to our finances, we really don't take a look of it. This is identifying your emotions with money. How does money make you feel? So when we're talking about mind your money, why can't you make better decisions with your money? Because of the stress level that it brings when it's time to even bring up the situation, when it's time to acknowledge what your debt load is. How much do you have coming in? How much do you have going out? Is there really enough money at the end of the month? Are you making the right financial decisions, right? So some of the reasons why some of those questions are hard to answer is because you're trying to answer those questions under duress. How can you make clear, conscious choices that are going to productively affect your relationship with money, right? Want to rekindle that relationship with money, you guys. And so in order to do that, you're going to have to stop trying to address the issue under stress. So that brings us to our first point is making important decisions under low stress.
Low stress.
Low stress. Yeah, it is a sense of this is a problem. But you can't make the problem bigger than the solution. We've heard before. But it goes with our everyday life. We can never make the problem bigger than the solution. That's why it's hard to make the right or better decisions, right? It's not that we can't make a decision. We want to make the best decision. So when we're when things are coming up, like even in an emergency, you know, I used to have a lot of car issues, and that's just something that I just have dealt with purchasing a used car. I know I'm gonna have some car issues. So when something comes up, instead of me stressing about it, I've already kind of, okay, I'm gonna give this car about a year. I'm gonna give it 2 years. You know, people have been in that situation. Okay, this light keep coming on. It ain't bothering me now, but I know here in the future it's gonna come. It's gonna come get me. And we sometimes don't address the issue before it becomes a problem. And so that's where our stress lies. We're kind of like, oh, had I done it then, had I paid more attention to it then, I could tell that I'm making bad decisions with my money when I get paid. So here's that emergency that comes up. Had I not, that's where the stress lies in. Okay, been there, done that. So here we are, problem. Okay, instead of trying to even address the problem right then and there, go get a cup of coffee. The problem is still gonna be there when you come back and calm down. And calm down. We did an exercise. What was it? Stop, breathe, count to 3. That's one thing I love to hear that when my babies was watching some show on PBS or something. Song, stop, breathe, count to 3. And some of those things you don't think about that. I need to do that as an adult.
Okay, stop and breathe. And my son had one too. He would say, smell the roses. Catch a bubble and smell the roses or something like that.
I remember that one too, but I don't remember it.
And blow it out.
Yes.
Smell the roses, okay.
And think
and blow it out.
Those smells.
Yeah.
Really envision how that smells.
It's hard to be upset.
Yeah.
After you smell roses. You're feeding oxygen to your brain because you're about to run out.
Yes. You really are. And even when you learn how to deal with things in a different arena or maybe in a different setting,
Mm-hmm.
It can help you when those problems come back again. Because a lot of times our problem with money isn't something that just happened. It's something that always happens, that keeps happening. But we don't handle it a different way when it comes around.
Mm-hmm.
Stress has the control. The problem has the control. So put yourself in the driver's seat. We're still driving.
Still driving.
You're still driving. You haven't let go of the wheel. So when
Mm-hmm.
it's time to make those decisions, you might want to schedule a time to say, you know what, this happened today. I couldn't deal with it then, but you know what, I need to deal with it, maybe a few hours later.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out a time that your mind is clear, that you're able to better make the best decision financially for your money.
Absolutely.
I don't want to go too deep because I know I'm gonna run into something if I
I
do.
know, right?
Yeah, I keep trying to. Yeah,
That's all right. We just cycle it back around.
exactly,
Cycle it back
exactly.
around. Making sure that make important decisions under low stress. We're minding our money tonight, you guys. There's a lot that happens, in America itself, that people are struggling, especially now, financially. So much is happening. So much is happening. All right, you ready? Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm ready.
Oh,
All right. So, next step, focus on the value instead of the features. Focus on the value instead of the feature. So that brings us back. Okay, here's the problem.
mm-hmm.
But what did we do before the problem came? Were we worried about the things that mattered right then and there, or the things that mattered most
Mm-hmm.
before I get to the problem?
Yeah.
And just to go back to what Dee was talking about earlier, usually when we're stressed, we don't plan. We're less likely to plan. We're less likely to save. We're even less likely to sit down with our money. That
Mm-hmm.
one F that we don't take time to do. We don't take time to sit down with our finances. I know when people were dealing with checks, they sat down with their checkbook. We don't
Mm-hmm.
have that anymore. We're in the digital currency of it all. Everything is paperless. Even your bank statements ain't even coming to your house no more.
Right. You just get a picture of them.
Yeah. Are you sitting down with your money? So when it's time to make those important money decisions, are
Mm-hmm.
they value? Are they going on your beliefs about money, your goals about money, your future goals about money?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we're just so worried about get it, spend it. We don't think about the future until the future comes. The future shouldn't be the problem. People are stressed about their future finance.
Right.
Did y'all hear that? 68% of individuals are stressed about their future finances. So they living okay now and not
Mm.
now.
Oh, that's all right, devil's advocate.
You know what I'm saying? What's the difference?
Right.
You're not stressed now about money, but you're stressed about something that you're not even there. Your destination is full of stress.
The
You
destination. When I'm on my way to a destination, I'm imagining peace, tranquility. I'm
yeah,
about to ball. I'm not thinking about stress. We can What's going to happen in the future is really controlled in the now. In the now. The future is not here. The past is but a memory. It's no longer real. It is over and done with. It's a memory. All you can control is now. What you're going through now is based off decisions that you made last year or 5 years ago. So, do you want your next 5 years to be the same? Well, keep stressing about a future that's not even here, that you're really not promised to.
Okay,
Start
sugar.
making, start making some cognitive decisions. You're thinking about it. What can I do today that can affect my tomorrow?
Is what I'm doing today
Yeah.
gonna negatively affect my tomorrow?
And that's probably where the stress is coming from. You're realizing, man, I'm not doing anything about my future. And then you start to
Mm-hmm.
stress about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it. And then you continue to not do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
You hear about various solutions that can get you to where you need to be, where you want to be, but you're still stressing about, man, how can I get to this for tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of taking control of your actions today.
Today.
Today. Seed
Instead of
money.
trying, you know what, D, and I like when you say one solution at a time. We don't think about finding a solution at a time. We want to wait till it all boils and we gotta find 5 solutions at a time.
Yeah.
One solution at a time.
One solution at a time. And then you know how I don't know all the ins and outs of a seed, but I know that it got to crack open. Something got to happen for those sprouts to spring forth. You
Mm-hmm.
plant one seed, and all this stuff comes from that one
One.
seed. So that one solution can spring forth a whole garden. Think about that. One mustard seed, and y'all have heard this before, can produce a 30-foot mustard bush. You know how little a mustard seed is? But you got to plant it to get the bush.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So focus on values. We can get caught up in the analysis, the paralysis of analysis,
Mm-hmm.
trying to focus more so on the outcome or just the itty bitty details. Sometimes it's a I don't know how,
I'm a
but I
faith.
know what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm.
The how ain't our business. The how it's gonna happen ain't our business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Letitia, thank you so much for tuning in, love.
Hey, Mama
So let's talk
TT.
about money, y'all.
Yes, indeed.
Mind your money. What did she say? She got her dress for the wedding. Yes, honey.
Absolutely. Come on, girl. Y'all be saying the prayer for us.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I keep looking over here because I'm looking at this blue happening on this screen.
Okay. Because I keep seeing it. I'm like, what she finna say? She finna pull something else up at the head box tonight.
Yeah,
Child.
no, this blue is looking pretty over here.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm going to quote this from the article that we're looking at this information from. It says, so the next time that you find yourself absorbed in comparing a whole aisle full of different coffee makers per se, or TVs per se, can you ask yourself, how will this purchase affect my long-term goals? Is it consistent with what I want in life? You already have a TV. You probably already have a coffee maker, but you're telling your financial advisor, or as Mr. Mike, his new personal himself banker,
Okay.
I want to make better money decisions. Okay. Well, we're going to make better money habits.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to cut down some of our options to spend unfruitfully.
Oh, yes.
Right. She said, what does the blue mean? Yeah, that's a good question for
Yes.
tonight.
The blue means that um, I am winning a trade and it is putting money into my account. So I was checking it out. It's been a heel. I've been in this since yesterday. So, but it's up, up,
Which side I'm going to, y'all? Remember, this looks like the left, but it's the right.
right
Catch
side of
it
money,
on
baby.
Mondays. Catch it on Mondays, y'all. So
Hmm.
yeah, you got to ask yourself, is this consistent with my life goal? And a lot of people, a lot of individuals, though they're stressed about their future, they are really trying now to figure out how not to be stressed when the future gets here. Some people
Right,
that are so stressed about it, they're not doing anything to change the trajectory of their future finances.
right.
So that's what's putting them in the turmoil.
That's interesting. This came up tonight. I was on a call with a young lady talking about getting scholarships for college. So getting scholarships for college, and she made a statement that just floored me. She said, "What I tell my clients is that when you apply for college and when you're going to get the degree that can last 60 years." And so I was like, okay, let's see, where is she going with this? Get a degree that will last 60 years because that's how long we're going to have to work anyway.
My. Did
I
y'all
was
catch
like,
that?
oh my. That was like a gut. I don't want to work. For a kid graduating from college at what, 22 maybe, 60 years, that's 82. So I'm going to work 60 years.
They trying to kick you out of when you turn 60 something. You ain't even gonna get to 60. They
Right.
trying to
They
keep
don't
you
make
out
jobs
of the
like they
workforce
used
at
to.
about 65, 70.
They don't make jobs like they used to. It's not about the longevity. Like my father-in-law was at his job for 43 years. He got retirement and a pension. They don't do that these days. There's
They don't talk about
a
nothing about
plant. Right. There's a plant that closing down. Shell Corporation is closing in Baton Rouge. The people that are there now, they're not getting a package. They may have been there 10 years, 15 years. Packages when you get laid off is not really there. So you have to find another lucrative solution.
yeah.
You really do. You really do.
Oh man. And you would be so surprised. I know we talked about some individuals yesterday on the show, but I saw one of our mentors was mentioning how a famous basketball player
Girl,
um just signed up with our I Am Academy.
like what?
You Because they're thinking about their future after
Right.
basketball.
They're
Because
not stressing about it. They're saying, you know what?
mm-hmm,
I need to, it's not about him as an individual anymore. It's
right,
about the legacy.
the legacy,
What can
yes,
I leave for my children? It's not about what I can do, but what can I leave for my children and their children?
mm-hmm. Because I don't expect them to be pro ballers. I'm not going to put that expectation on them.
Right.
I'm going to try to dictate their future based on mine.
Exactly. And if
So,
they are great,
and yeah, right. But
but
that's not something that I can put an expectation on my legacy.
mm-hmm.
But I know one thing's for sure. I got to make sure that I'm making the decisions now for them so that these type of decisions they can also carry on.
Right. So they won't have to stress.
That's right. I saw that. I was like, OMG, Becky.
Right. And that's, some conversations that we had with the boys this weekend. We had the soccer tournament, and they had, little kids. And so my husband asked one little girl, how old are you? And she was like 12. She was a referee. She makes $25 per game, up to 4 games a day. So I was like, the twins will be 12 in March. They already play soccer, so they can definitely get into the camp. I say, you guys, check this out. You work 4 games, $25 per game. That's $100 in a month. That's $400. You give God His. You keep some for you, and you can invest the rest of it. So we're getting into investments and stuff for them so that they can not worry about their future.
Are you changing the dinner table conversation?
Right. Nothing that we ever talked about at our dinner. Well, we didn't even have a dinner table.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's keep it real. We had it was a table that me and my sister stood at. Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
So, we never had those conversations. I had to really think about, how did I eat? We had milk cartons. My uncle worked for Borden, and he would bring those milk crates
Right.
home,
Mm-hmm.
and we would put a pillow on top of the milk crate, and that was a chair for us.
Boom. Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
Here's a basketball goal, a storage unit, and a chair. I know, getting a little sidetracked, but it's all relative,
Yes, it is.
because now we're having different conversations. I know my husband and I are having different conversations with our boys, because
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't something that was, even though he came from a two-parent home, you know, pretty well to do, they still didn't have those conversations.
Excellent. Right. That's the whole That's the whole point.
Yeah, they still didn't have those conversations.
The
So
value
focus on the
versus the
value
yes. It goes
versus
right.
the features.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It goes right with it. All right, y'all. Woo. Another heater. Put the fire
Another hit.
in the comments.
Okay.
Put them in there.
It's
You
it's
don't got
thought
to.
provoking. It
Okay.
really is thought provoking.
Yes, it
If y'all don't put no fire emojis, I'm gonna put some fire emojis where my little fire at. There you go. That's one of my favorite
hit them up.
emojis, so it's already there.
It's ready to rock and
It's
roll.
ready to rock and roll
Ready to go. Uh-oh, my bad.
them. Uh-oh.
All right. So on to the next one. Use goal directed accounts. And this is going to keep circulating because we're not putting this information in action.
Hmm.
You're hearing it, you're receiving it, but you're not doing it.
Right.
This is for the hearers and the doers. Hey, I know it ain't Faith Friday yet.
The hear it and be saved.
Okay. The hearers and the doers. And maybe you're not in the doing part yet because you haven't received the instruction. But there it is.
Absolutely.
Use goal directed accounts. That 80-20, is it 20-80?
80-20-20-80, same difference.
Same
Same
difference.
100.
Same,
Whichever direction you put it.
right. What you doing? You're living off the 80. You're tithing and you're giving yourself something. So sometimes that living off the 80, you might have to live off of 70.
Right.
In order to put some money in a direction.
Mm-hmm. Give yourself some cushion.
Yeah, give yourself some cushion. That's right. Be more disciplined. We'll teach you more discipline.
Yeah.
Stop giving yourself the room to not sacrifice.
Oh.
I got to make sure I get this 80 because them nails got to get done. Come on, y'all.
I don't even think I sat in the chair this year yet.
Child, the only reason why I got my feet done the other day was because the Holy Spirit told me to. Because I didn't know I was gonna be going to all that toes hanging out bridal shower that was popped up on. I said, y'all, I don't go get. I wear shoes. I work in a warehouse. Toes getting done. That's not
Mm-mm.
important to me. Long as I wash my feet and keeps them all lotioned up, they good. You know, I got pretty feet. I do. I wish I could show y'all because I do brag about my feet. They
If you
pretty.
put a toe on this screen, ma'am.
I ain't gonna do it. But I'm just saying, y'all. I mean, you know, we put so much stock
Mm-hmm.
in things that aren't bringing us any return.
Right.
But we're not thinking about our future. We're worried about our future, but we're not making those decisions to better that future that we
Mm-hmm.
see. And the reason why we're worried about it because we know we're not making good decisions with our money now. I
Right.
know what I'm doing with my money now. There ain't no future for me
Hmm.
to front.
Hmm.
There ain't no future. And we just cool with it. We've been cool with it.
Been cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
But like my girl Iyanla Van Zant says, we are here to interrupt the pattern.
Exactly. Interrupt it.
Interrupt the pattern.
We rudely interrupt. Okay. Hey, all
Interrupt
right.
your regularly scheduled program.
That's right. That's right, y'all. What we said, we got to debo ourselves sometimes. We got to throw us out the.
Debo ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Amen to that.
Yes. So
So,
let's
what
get
are some examples of these goal directed accounts?
goal directed accounts. All right. So we have our house goals. We have goals to be homeowners.
Mm-hmm.
We know that there's money that you're gonna have to do that. Sometimes if you're a first time buyer, maybe not. But I don't think anybody's gonna buy a house just for flat out 0.00. You're gonna be spending money on something. I don't care if it's furniture,
Mm-hmm.
dishes. You know what I'm saying?
Appliances,
Yeah,
curtains, something.
all that. Wash and dry. They don't come with a brand new house. That refrigerator ain't coming with that brand new house. You're no longer a renter. You got to put everything in there.
If
Everything.
you got the right builder, they might throw in some appliances and stuff. But
Okay.
it's in the cost of the home. It's like Prego. It's in there.
It's in there. Teachers, teachers. All right. Oh dang, buying a house, saving up for what? Saving up for like let's say remodeling your home. Sometimes you're already in a home, but you know what? It's time to upgrade this thing.
Hint,
Come,
hint. That's what's coming up. Oh yeah,
okay, then.
we're gonna take it outside.
They had to buy a new tree, but I bet you she was ready for that purchase.
We sure
Unexpected.
were. We definitely was. Now, if
And
this was like a year or two ago,
mm-hmm,
we would have been crying about it.
yeah. In case of an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have money going into that in case of an emergency? The problem is not the problem when you already have the solution in your back pocket.
Mm. It's just a speed bump. It's just a speed bump. Maybe you want to buy a car and you're like, you know what? That's a goal directed account. Or like now that I am taking control of my actions as it relates to my eating habits, it's going to be time for a new wardrobe. Okay. So that's a goal directed account that I'm going to put some money aside because I'm going on a shopping spree.
Yes, I like that. Something fun.
Right. It doesn't always have to be directed to bills or
Exactly.
stuff, but something
Yes.
that's, make you feel good to go on vacation.
Yes.
But make sure, and who was this? Dr. Lynn Richardson said this. She said, we always go on vacation. We say, oh, I'm going on vacation. And sometimes the vacation is on us,
Mm.
meaning we're robbing Peter to pay for the vacation. And
Mm-hmm.
then when we get back from the vacation, we're trying to figure out how we're going to pay for all this other stuff.
Yep.
That's another goal directed account.
Mm-hmm.
Vacation. Just put some money to the side every now and again. It's a goal. When you reach it, then you get the prize. You don't get the prize and then you got to pay it back. Figure
Mm-hmm.
out where it's going to come from.
Right.
Adding up these credit cards. Oh, wait. No, that one's full. I can't use that one.
Uh-oh.
All right. I want you to put some on this one and then some on that one.
Mm.
I think, oh, wait. I need, and use this too.
Oh, my Lord.
That defeats the purpose. That ain't your account. You borrowing that money and you're going to have to pay back 24, 28%,
Woo.
especially if your credits ain't right. We just dropping some knowledge because we need to mind our money.
Mm-hmm.
We need to mind our money. And it may be there's something there. There's a limiting belief that is keeping you from that's keeping you stressed and keeping you from doing what you need to do. You have an idea, you've heard about the solution, but there's something that's keeping you from taking that step towards the solution. So all hearts are clear. My heart is clear. My mind is clear.
I'm minding my money.
Minding my money. Absolutely. I hope there was something that resonated with you guys tonight. Like this week, Monday, what's today? Tuesday, Wednesday, we have some more that we want to bring to you about minding your money. And then Thursday, of course, we're gonna bring some more information information about minding your money. And then Lita might not be with us on Thursday, and that's with reason because she is gonna say her I do's to her boo. I mean, she's gonna say her I do to her boo. And I'm super excited to be able to witness this occasion. But Friday. Y'all know what goes on at Friday. I'm verifying the date with our guest. I mean, sorry, the time with our guest. I will know more once she gets back to me, and we will let you guys know exactly what time will be on, and then I will have a reminder set. But I'm excited that this young lady said yes to share with us Miss Kanara Davis. She will be our guest on this Friday. She is an awesome young lady. She went to the church that I went to before, and she has some awesome things happening now. So make sure that you tune in for our Faith It Friday series with our special guest, Miss Kanara Davis. So I'm super excited to have
Yeah.
her on so that she can share her story. And she 2020, all that did for her was to it elevated, it pushed her to do what thus
Mm-hmm.
said the Lord. And so
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to hear her story. I can't wait to hear her story.
Yes, yes.
All right, Lita, anything else you would like to add?
No, y'all. Just another recap. Just be sure that you're making these decisions under low stress, making your money decisions under low stress. Remember and remind yourself let's focus on the value versus the feature. Focus on the values versus over the features. And be sure to put your money where your mind is.
Ooh,
Put your money where your mind is. And think about that. Am I really minding my money? Have I put my money where my mind is through those goal directed accounts? Am I minding my money for my future retirement?
Mm-hmm.
Yes and no.
So where you don't have to stress.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So let's roll it deep. Make sure you all hit us up at www.purposetofreedom.com. You can catch our replays for your mind, cultivate your money on Mondays. You can catch some of the replays for Faith of Friday, or just making sure that you just connect with us. We have a free group that you can come on in, and maybe you might want to go in a little bit deeper into some of the topics that we have over Dusk over there in more of a private setting, no judgment zone.
Mm-hmm.
Let's continue the conversation over at Growth to Freedom. Again, that is our free group. We're doing some special exclusive things over there, getting our money right, getting our bodies right, and again, making sure our mind is in line with everything that we are set for our designs. Okay. So
Oh,
we're going to bid
okay.
you all a good evening, or a good dusk, as we
A
should say,
good dusk.
good dusk. And we will see you all on tomorrow after dusk.
After dusk. Have a good night, you guys.
Good night.